Hi, welcome to Salento with Love. I'm Davide Mengoli, and thank God it's Friday. And I'm here with the notary in Calimera, Clara. Hi, Clara.
Hi.
Hi. And today we're going to cover an area that is extremely important if you're purchasing a property and you're not here. In fact, we've actually done we've completed a purchase without the client being here present. And in order to achieve that, you need to put a power of attorney in place. In Italian, known as a procura, I think. Is that right? Yes. So in Italian, it's called a procura. Now, there's so many different types of procure. There's different types.
Yes. Very different types.
Very different. In this particular case, the procura, or the power of attorney that will be put into place, it's specific to the purchase of a property. It's actually even more specific because it's specific to the purchase of the property that it's been selected by the buyer. So what that means is that the buyer needs to choose the property, and then they can actually give the power of attorney to someone that they trust. So it could be a member of the family here in Italy, a friend. It cannot be the notaio. No, it can't be. Power of, I think it's conflict of interest. Yeah. So you may have to find somebody that you really, really trust. It could be your property finder, or can the estate agent take the procura? The agent? No. So even there is a conflict of interest. So not even the estate agent that sold you the property can act as a power of attorney. So you need somebody that is totally independent. Property finders are independent. So you can actually select somebody that can do that for you. Now, the type of procura that we're going to focus over the next few minutes, it's very specific and it's very simple to put into place because some procura can be very complicated. So we're going to concentrate on one type of procura. And so just to take us through the steps, Clara, because Clara has been helping us and she's almost our partner in building the business that we are developing here in Salento. So the first thing is that you need to come over here as a client to select your property. Is that correct? So the customer needs to come over, needs to choose the property, needs to put an offer in. They need to agree on the price, and only after that they can select who they want to be acting on their behalf as the power of attorney. And then they will come here and they will meet with the notaio, with the notary, and they will put a power of attorney in place. Now, the benefits of putting a power of attorney in place while you're here, I guess the number one is the fact that the notaio needs to identify you. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So she needs to identify you as the person that is putting the power of attorney in place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you need to speak to them.
Yeah.
Also, they need to identify the person that you are giving the power of attorney. Mm-hmm. So whoever it is, a member of your family, a friend, somebody that you trust, the notaio will need to identify that person. And that is done with the documents. So you will need your passports, you will need your ID to prove that that is really you.
Yes, a tax code in Italy.
Yes, and the fiscal code. So that's actually a very important thing. So to put a power of attorney in place, you need to have a fiscal code. So you may have to look one of our Q&As on how to get a fiscal code. So that's a quick process, or it could be a slow process, but it's important to have it. So you come here with your IDs, so with your passport, with your fiscal code, and with the person that you are assigning the power of attorney. Also, you need to have the details of the property that you have decided to buy, because the information of the property that you have decided to buy will be included on the power of attorney. This power of attorney that we are talking about, it's specific to the purchase of the property that you have selected. You're not giving special powers to this person to open bank accounts or select a property on your behalf. Is that correct? That's a different procura.
Yeah, different procura.
That's a different procura.
And different cost of procura.
Yes, and it's a much higher cost. They probably more 600, 700 euros. Yes. So different procura that you're actually giving powers to somebody to go and select a property. We're not talking about that. We're talking about you have selected the property and now you are telling somebody that can act on your behalf when it comes to the signaturing of the property. So that's the process. So why is it so much cheaper to come here or to do it in England, or if you're in Germany? Why it's so much cheaper? Perché è più economico farlo
In Italia
se il cliente è qui già?
perché in inglese
No, puoi andare in italiano, I'll translate.
Ok, perché poi in Inghilterra io avrei bisogno delle apostille, sarebbe più difficile, non solo più economico o più dispendioso, ma è più difficile perché il notaio inglese non è riconosciuto in Italia, quindi dovrebbero andare a porre le apostille e poi il documento dovrebbe ricevere, oltre alla firma del notaio, anche la firma di un'altra autorità. Mentre se io ricevo un documento io stessa, io notaio, non ho bisogno di altri diciamo intermediari o di altre autorità che accertino la validità della procura.
So if you're not here present and you will still want to put a power of attorney in place, and you are in the United States or in England or in another country, then the additional cost is that you need to find a notary in that country who then puts the power of attorney in place and communicates then with the notary over here. But also there is additional cost because there's the postilles that need to be attached to the power of attorney, for example, in England. Then the power of attorney needs to be translated as well in Italian. So that's another additional cost.
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be better to just get on the plane, come over, have a good meal, spend some time in Italy for like 24, 48 hours, a bit of sun, and then put the sea, yes, I mean here in Salento we have the sun and the sea, and a bit of wind as well. and go through the process here face to face with a notaio, which will probably cost you about 200 euros, and you can put the power of attorney in place, and then you can go away not worrying about anything, and when the completion comes, then the person that you have put into place to sign on your behalf can just do it and complete. And you can assist real life if you want, perhaps just by using the technology of a video call, so you can be present, although you don't need to be present, because the person that you have given the power of attorney to act on your behalf will sign and will put everything in order and make sure that everything is done according to the law. So great. That's just an easy way of putting a power of attorney in place. You come over, you spend an hour with the notaio, you put everything into place, you got your fiscal code, and then you can go back home and knowing that the completion can be done without you being here. So thank you very much, Clara.
Thank you.
For assisting, and it's always great to have somebody that covers underneath a mask, but we're respecting the law. But it's great to have somebody that supports us through the stages of purchasing a property in Italy. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, you can put a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you, Clara, and
Bye.
enjoy your weekend wherever you are.
Enjoy.